Oh, my friends, it has been a very eventful few weeks in Galaxy of Heroes, to say the least. And I have been stewing all day at work about this post on Reddit. And I have to say, I was really wanting to get home so that I can make a video on this, because I feel like this is actually a pretty important video to make. And I'm really grateful. The second I got home, the exact subject that I'm covering today was covered by my man Mobile Gamer and Darth Microtransaction. Definitely go ahead and check out their video if you haven't already over on Mobile Gamer's channel. But I am going to make the same call that Mobile Gamer is, and that is that people who invested in Sith Assassin or Sith Marauder's gear within the last couple weeks in response to Darth Revan and especially Darth Malak, they need to get refunded the gear that they invested in those characters. And for those of you who are maybe not up to speed with why this is, this all stems back to this post right here, where Crumb posts that we are going to now make changes to Darth Malak. And what we learned is that CG viewed Malak as maybe not working as intended, or not as good as they initially intended. Now, it is fair, in my view, in my opinion, it is fair if they release a character like Darth Malak, and maybe they see, all right, out in the wild, maybe not tuned exactly the way we want him to be tuned. We need to make a few adjustments. And initially, it looked like a total nerf to Palpatine lead. I don't love that move, especially because, to me, it kind of feels like it goes against what Capital Games has been promising and pushing us, at least in the road ahead, where they say we want more diversity in the arena. And I feel like you had it. You had it with Palpatine lead. You had it. Palpatine was there. Revan was there. Darth Revan was there. And I think that was really good. But let's just accept, all right, so Palpatine lead not working as intended. We don't need Palpatine lead in here anymore. We got to have, Darth Revan as the leader for the Sith. If we accept that, Sith Assassin is getting a major nerf and is effectively becoming useless against the Malak teams because of this line that they added to Darth Malak's ability. And the line is that Sith enemies can't gain bonus turn meter, except for against raid bosses. And so, what this looks like, when I first saw this, it looks like it is just a response to Palpatine lead. And what I suspect here is that is all that they thought about, because it does completely nerf Palpatine lead against Malak. And so again, let's accept that. Let's accept that Darth Malak is not meant to be beaten by Palpatine lead. I don't love that, but let's accept that. How many people invested in Sith Assassin? And if you look at Sith Assassin's ability, Dark Shroud, this is where the major nerf comes in for Sith Assassin, which a lot of people were gearing up to use with Darth Malak. And that ability, at the end of it, it says Sith allies gain 12% turn meter for each buff on her. And so when you speed up your Sith Assassin, get that first turn, it's a major turning point for you at the beginning of those battles. And so, how do I feel about this? To me, I don't love the way this unfolded. I don't love the way Malak event unfolded. I don't love the change from 8 to 5 hard nodes. But I am personally going to respect that Capital Games has a game to balance here. I'm going to respect that, and I'm going to agree to disagree with a lot of moves that have been made here. I've made my opinion clear both in my live streams and in videos, and ultimately my concern is for the health of this game. And for anybody who invested in Sith Assassin, it is very unhealthy for this game to have their investment undermined so fast. Now, I'm not in this camp. I did gear up my Sith Assassin from, I think I had my Sith Assassin at gear 9. I've geared my Assassin up to gear 11. I'm a little bit chapped, but I was also kind of working out another team with Palpatine lead, so I'm personally not feeling like I need it. But for those of you out there that geared your Sith Assassin to gear 12, and especially those that put those gear 12 plus pieces on, like the fellow in the Reddit post, CG, do us a solid, give those guys a refund or find a different way to address Malik's usability in this game. I can respect, again, if you don't want Palpatine to be the ultimate counter to Malik, the brand new, toy that a lot of these whales have, and I guess myself. Anyway, I can respect that you don't necessarily want Palpatine lead to undermine that. I don't love it, but I can respect that. But those people who invested in Sith Assassin should not have their investment undermined this fast. And frankly, a lot of the people that had their investment undermined with Sith Assassin have Malik too, which I think is very important to call out here, that this is not necessarily something that is about Malik users against non-Malik users. That is not what we have here. The Malik users are upset by this because a lot of people who have Malik invested in Sith Assassin because one of the best teams with Darth Malik was utilizing Sith Assassin and Sith Marauder. Now, Sith Marauder is maybe a little bit less of a deal. He only grants turn meter to himself rather than the entire team. But that's also worth noting that it is a pretty good nerf to him. So, at the end of the day, while a lot of these changes, it's kind of a dark time for Galaxy of Heroes. Reading Reddit is, kind of always a dumpster fire, but it's even more of a dumpster fire than normal. But kind of an indicator for me is, especially my patron Discord server, I have a very, very positive group on my patron server, and when I'm seeing the predominant majority on that server getting negative, I'm like, something must be up right now. And I'm telling you, there's upheaval. And so I really want to see things turn around in this game. Now, Capital Games, step into my office a bit. We've had a rough few weeks, but there is a lot of good optimism I have for the future of this game because we've got the Geonosis territory battles coming. We've got the best rework you could possibly announce, which is Anakin and Snips and General Kenobi. Those three need to have Sith Triumvirate-like synergy, by the way, which I'm really excited for. There's a lot of good stuff around the corner, but we need to save face on this one. We need to do people right who invested in Sith Assassin. And so I'm asking you, deep down from the bottom of my heart, CG, please make it right with at least those people. And I will personally do my best to accept the things that I disagree with. I really do believe that hard note attempts should be at 8. I believe that the Malik event was a miss. I think we didn't have enough time with that. But again, I can learn to accept those things, but I have a hard time accepting somebody who invests, especially Gear 12 plus gear, on a character that becomes almost obsolete. Nobody's going to be using Sith Assassin against Malik after this because one of the most valuable aspects of her kit will not work against him. And so to me, that is something that definitely needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed fast. All right, my friends, what do you think about all of the changes recently? I know it's been a heck of a few weeks. I know some of you have absolutely no problem with what's going on, and maybe I just sound like a big old crybaby to you. At the end of the day, I just want to represent the needs of this community, and my main primary concern is the health of this game. I want the game to be healthy. I want the game to last for a long time. We all have the same goal, in my view. The players, the devs. The devs want to keep a good game because they want to keep good jobs. I want to keep a good game so that I can keep playing what I think is the best game I've ever played, which is Galaxy of Heroes. I love this game, and I want it to continue to be the best game I've ever played. And sometimes there are things that we just need to address, and this is one of those times, in my opinion. So let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm anxious to hear from you. And as always, my brothers, I appreciate you joining me for the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, my brothers, don't forget
my dead body. Sorry about the mess.